Hello, and welcome to ArsenPool, the world's first Arsenal and Liverpool based podcast. I'm Michael Cotter, this is Matthew Bloomfield, your two new favourite people to discuss all matters Arsenal and Liverpool. Good evening, Matthew.
Good evening. I've got a feeling I'm going to enjoy this one. You. Not
And
so
that's
much.
that then. So catch you next week for.
You're not getting away that easy.
ArsenPool. Right, well, we've got lots to talk about, really, but and we've got limited time because we're playing our own football.
We are playing our own football. Probably better than what Arsenal played yesterday.
Was it yesterday? Was it that long ago? No, it was Saturday.
Was it Saturday?
2 days ago.
Sorry, 2 days ago.
It seems like an age.
It does seem like an age.
Seems like an age ago. So, we've got limited time to talk about quite a lot. Essentially, we're going to probably just scrap the format of all the reviews, and probably we're going to just discuss in detail Liverpool versus Arsenal, review your take on the shower sheet that is Arsenal, and my take on the pinnacle of brilliance, which is Liverpool.
The 20-minute wonder.
The 20-minute thunder blow.
Yeah.
That is Liverpool FC. Anyway, so what we have to talk about is, briefly, Arsenal Southampton, and then Arsenal Crystal Palace, and Liverpool Everton, and Liverpool versus Stoke. Yeah? Was it Stoke?
Stoke? No, West Brom.
West Brom, the draw.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I reckon we should just skip. I don't care.
Well, I'm just going to say...
We drew against West Brom.
Arsenal,
we'll get over it.
Very bad first half against Southampton.
Draw.
We went in...
You drew against Southampton, didn't you?
Yeah, we were 1-0 down at half-time after the most dismal display we've had of the season. And then we came out in the second half, got ourselves in the lead after a few minutes of wonderful football. Then Matthew Flamini decided to fucking go loopy. It was like...
That was a shocking challenge.
Two-footed tackle, off he goes.
Was that the thing you just did there? That sounded like a bit like a scene from Inglourious Bastards. Or Kill Bill.
Well,
Do you know that guy gets
angered?
angry?
Sort of head's gone.
Angered, that's not a word. Angered.
Anyway, yeah, 2-2 in that game. We bounced back though against Palace with a wonder show from Chamberlain. So, we're back on track. This is how we respond to big sort of disappointments that we had against Southampton. Bring on Liverpool. We bossed them at home. Anyway, what did you have in your game? Do you want to...
An absolute masterclass 4-0 smashing of Everton. I've got a few Everton friends. Alec Bracey, hope you're listening to this, because Everton were absolute shit.
I agree. You were good in that game.
And I want to say one thing. From here on forth, I take back everything I said about Felipe Coutinho being an absolute waste of time.
It's not allowed.
Do you know, actually, I didn't call him a waste of time. I said he was not pulling his way. Against Everton, he was unreal, and against Arsenal, he was slightly better. I thought he was really good. Not just... We'll get into that in a second.
Slightly better than unreal?
Yeah. Can you get better than that?
Don't know.
We'll find out. We'll find out
from my review of Coutinho.
Right, so that was it. So and then we went West Brom, and I thought, you know, any West Brom fans, actually, Matt Gammon, Boing Boing Bangies, he's a guy who supports West Brom. I thought Pepe Mel got his troops going. They pressured us on the ball, and should poor waveform though. Poor waveform, 1-1. Do you know, if we imagine our last two draws against Villa at home, West Brom away, we got 4 extra points. We'd be 2 points off top.
I've got some comments to make about that, but I'll come to the end after we've.
About West Brom?
No, not about West Brom. Just about Liverpool. Well, about Liverpool, I've got some observations.
Okay, right. So now straight.
So it came into.
Also,
what we've been waiting for years.
I think we should apologise for last week. Me and Michael were busy guys. We couldn't do last week. I know I had at least half an email saying, "Where's the podcast?" I say half an email. The guy who was writing it was in the office with me.
Well, essentially, I was hungover on Sunday, and then Matt visited his girlfriend on Monday, and then he was away in Birmingham all week, and I was away in Loughborough all week, and that was that.
We're travellers.
Didn't happen. Travelling around the country.
Doing business and shit.
Big time businessmen. Doing deals.
Right, okay. So
writing checks and cracking heads.
Yeah, that's it. That's my job.
So then it came to the big game, Saturday, early morning kickoff. You know what? We're both secretly hoping for a draw. So then we can be like, yeah, that was good. Move on. We can all get pissed. No one has to be upset. Didn't quite work out that way though, did it?
Nope.
Well, it worked out brilliantly for one. Ecstasy for one and despair for the other.
I must say, my favourite part of the day was when the fourth goal went in and you just went, I'm going home. And then you looked at the fan sitting there and you went, why are you still here? Leave!
I was saying I'm going home, and then I looked at the clock and thought, I can't literally go home after 18 minutes. I can't go. I'd come round and watch football. You can't go after 18 minutes. And I was looking at the phone and going, well, why are they there? But then I realised they were thinking the same thing. They must have got up and went, right, no, you can't see this because it's not a video podcast. They probably got off their seats and went, right, off we go. Oh, no, we can't, can we? Because it's only 20 fucking minutes in.
Yeah.
Right, I say, well, it works better probably if I talk about the victors first.
Go on then.
And because I can big you up.
So you talk about Liverpool, then I'll talk about Liverpool, then you talk about Arsenal, then I'll talk about Arsenal.
Brilliant. Okay, so Liverpool, in the Liverpool-Arsenal match. I thought, here's my thought. All right, I'm going to go through analyses of the game.
Yeah, go on.
Goal number one. Well, you can't talk about anything before goal number one because it was this. Kick-off, goal. That was pretty much it. Blowing for the kick-off, and then it was 1-0. So there's nothing I can talk about before that. So goal number one, offside. I felt it was offside, and it annoyed me. I thought the free kick was soft. I thought it was fairly soft, but it was standard Mertesacker. I got this feeling that referees give a free kick against Mertesacker if he's anywhere sort of, I don't know, if he's 5 yards beyond the line of the 18 yards. So if he's 23 yards up the pitch, anything beyond that, and he does anything that's slightly controversial, he's give away a foul. It's like Mertesacker, he's slow. He's kicking him because he can't run back. I didn't think there was a lot in that foul that was given for it, and then I think the free kick was fantastic from Steven Gerrard. His dead balls were fucking awesome all game, but I think Skirtle and Sturridge were offside for it. You go, you know what? If we're not 1-0 down after 30 seconds, maybe it's a different game. Having said that, you can't say too much because you scored 3 more inside the first 20 minutes. But I think that's right. We go 1-0 down after 30 seconds. Anfield goes mad, fans go crazy, Brendan Rodgers gets his little fucking boner, doesn't he, on the sidelines about how fucking good at all this. Yeah! Alright, and then we're thinking, right, 1-0 down. Don't panic, guys, don't panic. We actually got a chance. About 3 minutes later, fell to Monreal or Giroud or something like that on the left-hand side, and sort of, we had a chance about 2 minutes later, and I thought, you know what, get straight back into it. And then you got a corner. We didn't take advantage of that chance, and then we got a corner. You got another corner, and you score from that. Nothing wrong with that one.
No.
It just went. It went the only place it could go. Yeah. He curved his run. He drew. You could say Koscielny could have done better. He could have done better, but he drew Skirtle out of the 18-yard box. Well, Skirtle draws Koscielny out of the 18-yard box, pretty much. And beats him to the header, and it went the only place it could have gone. It goes the far top corner when there was a man on the line, and still beats the man on the line. Now, if that goes over the bar, no one says anything about the marking there or the system. Everyone's like, well, that's worked fine. He's gone so far out the box to try and get an effort on goal there. That goes over. Everyone's done their job. Move on. Yeah. It goes exactly. It could go. There's nowhere else that header can go, and it goes in. It goes anywhere else, it hits someone. It goes anywhere lower, it hits someone along the floor. It goes the other way, it's going to hit defenders. It went the only place it could go in. 2-0. So far, you're 2-0 up after 6 minutes, something like that. And it's like, well, you had 2 set pieces. The first one was offside, and the second one was just, you can't do anything about that. Koscielny could have beat him to the header, I guess. But he didn't, you know. And I'm not going to fucking scrutinise him ridiculously over not getting there. At that point, this is where my problems start with Arsenal. This is where I feel like we went to shit, you know, and Liverpool really took advantage of it. This is where Liverpool showed their real. I thought you go 2-0 up from things that you could go 2-0 down like that to any team in the world, no matter how good they are, no matter how shit they are. They had 2 set pieces and they scored from them both. After that, Liverpool took advantage of a real tactical inept performance from Arsenal defensively. After 2-0 down, everyone fucking freaked out. Liverpool, Anfield was like a fever pitch. Crowd were going mad. Brendan Rodgers' boner was practically hitting him in the chin. You know, everyone was fucking going loopy. We're 2-0 up against Arsenal after 6 minutes. Woohoo! And then you think, right then, Arsene Wenger's got to come out there at that point, come to the edge of his technical area, go, Mertesacker, Arteta, Wilshere, Giroud, you're my spine. Chesney, listen to me here. We don't concede for 15 minutes. If Liverpool get in our half, you kick them. And we'll take as many bookings as we have to have. You just don't fucking concede. You get 10 men behind the ball and we don't concede again, and we'll see it through to half time and then we'll see where we are. Damage limitation. We'll have 6 bookings and maybe Coutinho limps off because we kicked him too hard. You do that. That's what you got to say. Instead, Wenger sits on his chair like a crying baby.
Yeah.
Does nothing, and then everyone goes into panic stations. We'll go, well, we've got to fucking get back in the game. We've got to get back in the game. Get the ball. Fullbacks, up you go, fullbacks. They try and get back in the game. 2 fucking passes from inside your own half.
Yeah.
Go to your players because Liverpool are such a good counter-attacking side. But you're going to look good when you're playing against 2 defenders with 4 quick fucking players. You've got Coutinho who put the ball in for Sturridge's 4th. Yeah. And the Sterling one was the one where you just broke really quickly down the right-hand side and you put the cross in. It was just 2 absolutely... Liverpool are class counter-attacking teams. I don't understand... And that's... What did I learn about Liverpool from this game? You are very good at counter-attacking, and if you score 4 goals in 20 minutes, you can control a game.
Yeah.
Quite well. You were... After that point... You know, you were able to control the game, and then you scored the 5th goal because we came out for the second half attempting to do something similar. We'll start this first 10 minutes and we'll try and take advantage, and you caught us again on the break, and it was just like, what did I learn about it? I thought Liverpool were very, very good on the day. What can I say about it? It was one of those, in that first 20 minutes, I don't think any team has ever tried that many stuff and everything happened for them.
Yeah.
The free kick from Gerrard for the first goal was perfect. The Sturridge, the Skirtle header was perfect for the second goal. The third goal, I thought, was the only one where you just played like a sort of everything was sort of like normal, not perfect. You know what I mean?
Ozil slipped, wasn't it?
Ozil slipped and you just broke with pace.
Yeah.
And everyone came forward, and there was and we had no one at right back to cover. For the 2 men coming. The 4th goal, the ball from Coutinho, was perfect, and the finish from Sturridge was perfect. Before that, we'd had the Suarez wonder volley that hit the post that was just perfect.
Yeah.
And Toure was, I know, he felt sorry for us because he played for us when he was back when he was 32. He used to play for us.
Yeah. Check back before
15 years ago.
Before he had Yaya.
And I was thinking, I've never seen this many things come off. Everything he tried. Worked because everything was fever pitch and we did nothing. There was nothing. Well, I'll come back to this when I reply to your discussion of Arsenal. I thought you did very, very well in those first few minutes. What can I say? That it's not going to happen every week. No. You've got to put things into perspective. That kind of everything coming off for you is not going to happen every week for Liverpool. But fair play to it there. And then after that, you just took control of the game. But Arsenal were stunned and they knew that it was game over. And you generally controlled the game after that. And that's really all I've got to say. I thought you did tremendously well. I thought, what's his name in goal? Mignolet saved some decent efforts from Chamberlain and Wilshere. He was solid. I thought I was stunned by how sort of I don't know what to say because you were comfortable at the back, but I don't think this was a particularly good game to evaluate your midfield or your back because your first 2 goals were set pieces. One of which I don't think should have stood, and the second 2 were us trying to get back in the game, and you caught us on the break with those key players that we all know are great. We know Coutinho is great. We know Sterling is, he's very talented, and he's very fucking quick. Yeah. And Arsenal historically are shit against quick fucking wingers. And you've got Sturridge and you've got Suarez who are very good, and Gerrard just was, was good on the day. Yeah. They're my players that you're thinking, well, we knew that they're good. We know that they're going to hurt us. But we did nothing to try and stop that. And then the rest of you just helped things out. I thought Henderson had a good chance at the end that he just spurned wide because I don't think he's that good of a player. All in all, I thought Liverpool were very good. You demonstrated what I already knew about you, that you are lethal on counter-attacks, especially when you've got, in a big situation like that game where you were 2-0 up, everyone's confidence was up, the stadium was going mad. But I don't know. We'll see next week. We'll see how you come when you come to the Emirates away, where we're gonna I mean, if we're not aware of those weapons you have, then
you're never going to be.
We're never going to be aware of those things. So let's see how you do next week. When maybe we can have a bit more of an evaluation of you as a unit. And my point was going to be that I said like this as you brought in about the West Brom game is that I'm not sure. It's actually something that I read online.
It's low percentage football.
I'm not sure how good you are at breaking teams down that are going to sit back. Yeah. I'm not sure that you got that yet. There's someone made a very brilliant point on an online thing that I saw the other day, was that at the moment the only teams that are really capable of breaking teams down that sit back with 2 banks of 4 are Chelsea, Arsenal, and to a degree Man United, as we saw yesterday in the Fulham game. Even though that they fucked it up at the end, they did have 2 banks of 4 and they eventually broke them down. And I'm not sure. City are showing at the moment that they struggle sometimes, certainly away from home, when they put 2 banks, when they've got enough in front, when teams just go in to get a point, sometimes they fail to break them down. Liverpool also have that problem at the moment of what do we do when teams don't come out to play us. And Arsenal played completely into your hands on Saturday, and we got punished in the most severe way. And I can't give you enough credit for it. You know, and I think that result's probably secured your place in the top 4. And congratulations, anyway.
Right. One before you pass over to me. What do you think about the decision to start Monreal? I want to hear your thoughts on that.
Can't we? Would this not be more appropriate when I'm coming back? Do you want it now?
I want it now. Yeah.
Well, we talked about it before. I said it was suicide. We talked about it before the game.
Just before because obviously the listeners weren't there before the game. Michael turned around and said to me,
I looked on Twitter.
But I'll tell you what as well. Before every time I've known you, before we've played Liverpool, because we haven't beaten you for so long, you always go, "Well, I'm confident we're going to beat you because you never beat us." You've always said that, and this is the only time you've looked at the starting lineup and gone, because we've got better during the last few years, although you've got better as well. It's the only time you've looked at me and said, "Oh shit, I'm worried about today's game."
I was.
And you pinpointed Nacho, or whatever his name is,
Big Nacho.
Nacho Monreal. And I honestly thought Kieran Gibbs was bloody injured. I was like, "What maniac plays?"
I said this before, and I'll say this again. If you asked 999 Arsenal fans out of 1,000 which left back you would have picked out of Gibbs and Monreal, I guarantee you 999 would have said. So if you asked 1,000 people, 999 of them would have picked Gibbs over Monreal. Yeah. And sadly, the one who doesn't fucking manages us.
Yeah.
I don't get it. But I said it before the game. I don't trust him against Sterling or Sturridge or whoever, because you were sort of interchanging. You were interchanging. I was like, I don't trust that guy against pace. I trust him against slow, sort of technical wide players or teams that are crap. I don't mind him. Got fucking. We've had one big away win this year, and that was against Dortmund. And Monreal was nowhere fucking near that pitch.
Yeah, well, there we go.
And I don't, and he has played in a couple of the other big ones. The other big loss, I might add. Yeah. The 3 big fucking losses we've had in the last few years. We had Tottenham last year, the 2-1 away from home. That changed everything. He played at left back, and surprise, surprise, he got fucking opened up by Lennon. Earlier in the season, he played against Man City. Surprise, surprise, he got fucking ripped a new one by fucking Jesus Navas. And now he played another big one against Liverpool away from home, and he got raped. Again, it's key things. And he got raped against Southampton in the performance 2 weeks ago, when he had fucking Jay Rodriguez and Lallana coming up against him. I don't think he's shit, but I don't think he can cope. I don't think his strengths are against pace, which I think is bad. Arsenal. It's bad if you're a left back and you can't cope with wingers who are traditionally quick. I think it's a problem that he has, that he's very unconfident when players run at him, and I also don't trust him in terms of
it's difficult in the line, though, isn't it? It's like being a fireman that's scared of fire.
Yeah. Well, yeah, maybe. I don't trust his positional sense enough to be able to cope with the fact that he's not very good against pace. And I said that before the game. I said I don't trust him. And I also said I wasn't sure about Arteta in a game like that. And lo and behold, Arteta and Monreal were up with our worst performers in the first half. Ozil, I think, was disgusting, but I think he's just disgusting because he was in his own little fucking nonchalant,
bug-eyed
world. Do you know what I mean? I don't think he did. You know, he was dispossessed for goals. But at the end of the day, you don't lose. I don't know if you lose games because of
losing the ball halfway
of your attacking midfielder not having a good game.
Right. Let's. Anyway, so what is it? Me discussing Arsenal?
No. I think we might just do both.
Oh, okay, right.
What do you want to do? You do
No, I'll do both. No, I'll do both. Well, okay, I'll go Liverpool. I thought that 20 minutes was possibly, because everything clicked, I thought possibly the best 20 minutes of football, apart from the 20 minutes when we turned it around in Istanbul.
Well, I think that's the only thing that's comparable.
Because
to it. I haven't seen anything comparable for Liverpool.
And obviously it's not going to happen every, like you say, of course it's not going to happen every week. But I thought it was not just, and I think you're right in saying that after 2-0 it was more impressive because we scored from a couple of good chances at 2. After 2-0, we were all over. It was more our pressing game was unreal. And I know Brendan Rodgers he's got a Barcelona, as I like to call it. He wants to, in his mind, if he had the money in the world, he'd want to create a Barcelona-style team. Mm. That's why he buys players like Coutinho. That's why he likes fast players. That's why he likes Suarez. And I think that if he... so that's what he was going for. Mm. And we just... And Barcelona are obviously famous for high pressing. They love the high pressing. It's unreal. And we were pressing. We were all over you. And when Arsenal got the ball, when we had the ball, even when it was 2-0, 3-0, you never really got in our faces and closed us down. There was maybe... It was Chamberlain and Wiltshire tried to do it, but... two people doing it. They just you've got to have the team pressing. Otherwise, those two just look like twats running around everywhere.
Yeah.
And it got to a point where Wiltshire was trying to do something, and then Coutinho would be on his case, and then Coutinho would not tackle him but run him into another group of Liverpool players.
Yeah. Hunting in packs.
Yeah, exactly. I thought Suarez, although he didn't get a goal, was still pretty influential in regards to. Not just.
Well, he got an assist.
He got an assist. And he should have. Well, he probably
very unlucky to not been on the score sheet.
Yeah, I thought Sturridge put away his only. Well, he had another chance, but put away his chance obviously really well. Coutinho was absolutely. I thought he was unreal. Not just because his passing ability, because he must weigh about 8 stone. Mm. He's tiny, but he still put himself about. And I think you're right. We got 2 goals. Everyone went mental, and he was just like, "I'm going to tackle now." Yeah. I've never seen him tackle. Never seen him anywhere near a tackle.
Just injection of adrenaline put into you. Your pressing game was incredible. A couple of those. What was I saying while it was going on? I was saying. As soon as the ball comes into you, put your foot on it and put your back over the top of it and let Liverpool just crunch you. Because that was what you're doing on a couple of occasions. Like Gerrard got himself booked for it, and there was a couple of other occasions where everyone was so hyped up and they had such a big injection of adrenaline from the scoreline. Every time an Arsenal player got it, people were just 3 of them were just on him. I was thinking, fucking pretend you're a turtle and sit over the ball and let him kick you and calm things down. But no, we didn't. We sort of put our foot on it, saw 3 people, and then sort of passed it back to you. So there you go. You have it. I don't want you to go near me.
Yeah, it was
the pressing game was insane.
So right, that's the first goal. Marginal.
You don't believe it was offside?
No, it was. If we marginal.
Okay, it was marginal.
I thought it was offside. There's no marginal about it. It was offside.
It's difficult
to see from a linesman. Yeah, the ball was good. The finish was all right. Goal, and then that's out. The second goal, like you say, just unreal header. I don't. People always go on about zonal marking. It must fucking work. Why would so many people do it?
People don't. They only bring it up when it doesn't work. But how many fucking corners are there a game?
I know. And
Arsenal, I think, have conceded from 3 corners and that's been all in big games. We conceded once against Man United with the Van Persie, once with Aguero against Man City, and then now that one. Well, we've conceded from a fair few crosses, but we're only from this is the 3rd corner we've conceded from, and we've marked zonal for wrong corners every fucking week. And then as soon as we concede one. Every time, if we're going to concede 3, and they've all been in big, high-profile games, I go, so no marking doesn't work at Arsenal. It goes, well, it does, and it would have worked. It
doesn't work when someone scores, but someone always scores. Yeah. It's like, you never hear him go, that man-to-man marking don't work.
Yeah,
someone's got a goal.
There's a goal, because certain people prefer it.
Anyway...
and it worked again if Skirtle... It's just the most simple thing to say, but it's worked again if Skirtle doesn't score.
I think I could speak about Liverpool's performance all day. We all saw it. Arsenal, I thought Mesut Ozil was... If I was an Arsenal fan, I would have been absolutely livid with the guy. I thought he looked like... He's never been the kind of player that gets up for a game and goes rowdy and, gets into people's faces, but to me, it looked like it was windy. As soon as we scored 2, he looked like he couldn't be fucked. He was like, well, fuck this. He couldn't be bothered.
Yeah.
And you have players that like Wiltshire and the Ox State, which I think maybe not even Wiltshire in this game, but the Ox probably the only person that could go out of that game, lift his head up high.
And Shez.
He didn't do any. He have an opportunity.
He conceded 5. He was unlucky not to keep Sterling out for his for his second.
Good save and
he was unlucky to not keep out Skirtle's one for the first. I think Chesney don't go home and.
I thought Sterling had a good game. He still needs to get better at finishing. Even the goals he scored weren't, one was a tap-in,
and the other one he got
given
a second chance because he was so far through. Hit it at Chesney and then just got another one.
And he needs to stop having kids. He's got 5 kids now.
25 children.
Exactly. 6 different women.
5 kids, 6 women.
6 women. Yes.
Some of them are in prison.
Some of them are in prison. Yeah. The others live with him, and his mum. But anyway, yeah. I thought Monreal was shit. I've never thought he was that good. I think you stick him in the Villa side, he'll be all right.
I think he's an alright backup. No, he's good. No, he's a good backup. He's a good backup. He's a good backup against. Actually, I don't know. You say that he came in when Gibbs got injured.
Yeah.
And he's had a long enough run in the team that you think, well, you should be able to now. It's not like putting him in for one game and he's got to get his head in the pace of the game pretty quickly. He's had about 8 weeks to get his head in the game. He knows what's coming at him.
Also, I thought
his defensive defensive weaknesses are highlighted in every game. He doesn't seem to learn from his mistakes. He's like, well, that game where I was crap because they had the quick players and they ran round me and I wasn't able to keep up with them.
Same again.
Yeah, he didn't go to training and didn't go to the boss or the defensive coach.
Stand 2 yards further back.
What do I do to address that part of my game? It's quite clearly the weakness in my game is that I'm not very good when players run at me.
Yeah, I mean,
or his aerial game isn't very good. It just same things happen, and that's what pissed me off. And this is what the thing that came up about Arsenal again is that it was another game where some of the common criticisms were there again, and it's like things are going to go wrong in games, but I'd rather them be from problems that you haven't seen time and time again. Same thing again, an away game up north against a team that's in form, and you think, what do you do to motivate your players? What do you do to get them fucking up for it? It happened against Man United earlier this year. It happened against Man City. We go up there and we don't. It's not just getting beaten. It's that we don't put in anywhere near like a competitive performance.
What would you think about?
What's he saying to them on the team bus?
Honestly,
out there, be free, express yourself on the pitch, and all will come right.
What Do you believe you can win the league still?
No. I don't believe we can win the league.
Do you consider Wenger's failure to buy in the transfer window a key component to you not being able to win the league?
No.
You don't think that's the problem?
I don't think that's no.
If you signed...
I don't know who we could have signed in January that would have made us win the league. Yeah. I think that argument is frankly short-sighted.
If there were people to sign, you think that would be it. But
I would have liked him to have gone out and actually got Draxler. I think it will be another one of those situations where it's like we had with Hazard and we had with Mata when they were on our fucking radar when they were kids. And when you think, Hazard was on our radar and Wenger had come out openly and said, I like the look of this kid when he was still at Lille. He was at Lille, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Same club as Gervinho.
Yeah, Gervinho, by the way.
And he goes,
just fucking won Roma, the Coppa Italia. 2 goals. Yeah. How does that happen?
Well, he's insane. He
loves every league.
It just goes to show how shit Italy is.
Yeah.
There's enough of that online. I can't be asked to get in that debate. I'm happy Gervinho's gone. He was shit for Arsenal.
Okay.
Regardless of that fact. But I'm thinking, we had that situation with Hazard, and you think, well, Lille don't want to sell him. Yeah, they don't want to sell him for 6 million, you tight fucker. Give him 20, and when he was 18, and he'll go. He was like, well, he's not worth it now. Yes, but he'll be fucking 40 when he's 24, like he's showing at Chelsea now.
Yeah.
They waited for him to get to 21 or whatever he was when they bought him, and they put fucking 35 million on the table, and they got him. Whereas we could have got him 2 years earlier if we put 15 to 20 million on the table. But Wenger's like, well, he's not worth that. And it's the same thing's going to happen with Draxler, I feel. And the same thing happened with Mata. He had the same situation where he could have got him out of... Where is he at? Valencia?
Who?
No.
Mata was at Valencia, yeah.
Yeah. Could have got him out there for a few more quid a year before he went to Chelsea. We'll wait one more year for him to get really good, and then when he gets fucking bought for 35, go, well, we can't.
Anyway, that twat's had his best years. No, exactly.
Well, you could have paid 20 a year ago, or you could have bought 2 Jovinios. And I feel like the same thing's going to happen with Draxler. He was worth 37. He's got a 37 million euro buyout clause.
Yeah.
So you pay the buyout clause. Well, the chairman don't want to fucking get rid of him. They can't do fuck all about it if you meet the buyout clause. And you know he wants to come to the club. He's openly discussed it. He likes the club. It's quite well known.
He said it afterwards as well, doesn't he?
He likes Arsenal. There's nothing the fucking their club director can do if you meet the buyout clause. But once again, that's not our valuation of the player. Well, okay then. What is your value?
Who's this twat with a calculator at Arsenal calculating these values of players? Sometime.
So they went there with a fucking pit. They went there with like 22 million. We offered them or something like 24 million. Well, sorry, we've got £37 million buyout clause. No. And then I guarantee we won't get him, and he'll go somewhere decent this summer for 35 million. For 30, well, no, sorry, for his buyout clauses. Someone will get him for 40 million, and he'll do really well. And it's a standard fucking thing. So yeah, we could have gone out there and got.
But you don't think that's going to be?
I don't think that would have got us the title.
Because this time a couple of weeks ago, I would have been like, Liverpool haven't bought anyone. Football's such a fucking fickle sport, isn't it? Let's face it. You know, you listen to our first podcast, and I listen to now.
Well, we were both.
Coutinho's gone shit to fucking player of the year, mate. No. Yeah. In all honesty, I will judge how happy I am about Saturday's game on our outcome away against Fulham. Yeah. If we don't beat Fulham, I will not care because it's
1 step forward, 2 steps back.
What's the point? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? What is the fucking point?
What's the point of coming out and doing a big game?
And I tell you what, Nick T, all he's been fucking tweeting all week is Liverpool's away form shit, and we always fucking smash Fulham. And I hope for
I think it's a very safe bet that you'll win.
Yeah, I think we will,
especially after
and you know
the amount of effort
I know,
they went into.
You know, United hilarious again, but Fulham fans going, oh yeah, we deserved that. We fucking didn't. Like, I don't like United. Yeah, I don't like United. But United should have fucking won it. If that was anyone else, the commentators, because it's United in a shitty situation, I'm not backing up why I kind of am here. Everyone's like, oh, Man United are shit, blah, blah. But if that was Liverpool, I'm pretty sure people would have gone, wow, that's so fucking unlucky.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
I said as soon as the second goal went in, I was with a few people and they were saying, well, that's unlucky on Fulham. They've defended really well. I was like, but that's all they've done. They were defending inside their own box. Do you know what I mean? It was like a fucking football equivalent of the film 300.
It was like, if Fulham get past the halfway line, we'll give them a goal, like FIFA training.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. And, like, to say, yeah, I thought United were, I don't know.
Well, their defence is shite.
They're shit, yeah. And Vidic, what a choker. I'm leaving. See ya. Good.
Yeah, I mean, their defence is bad.
Like rats off a shit.
To have let Fulham score 2 goals in that game is hilarious. And we'll probably get to that in a minute in the joke of Man United section.
But, also, like, I want to say, whoever that fucking idiot that manages Fulham, whoever, people think, oh, what a great manager. He's shit as well. Yeah. You heard it here first. They're getting relegated. But, in my opinion, but I like Lewis Holtby. Should have come to Liverpool. Shouldn't have
gone. I don't know how he didn't get man of the match yesterday. But very good.
But also, what annoys me is that he was like, yeah, our tactics work. What the fuck were they?
What were the tactics there? Just don't let them score.
Don't let them score.
It's not tactics. I hate that. I hate that idea that, alright, you have either a free-flowing game or a tactical game. So the free-flowing game is the one that's what football's meant to look like, and the tactical game's where you just where you do all you can to not let the other team score. Yeah. You let them have the ball the entirety of the game, and you just defend. Now, that's not tactics.
Everyone's like, oh, but Fulham, they fought so hard. Well, fucking, they had to, because all they were doing was giving them the ball back. Yeah. If they could fucking play football, they wouldn't have to work so hard.
If Man United could do anything other than try 81 crosses,
I know.
They might have fucking scored. I said yesterday, I was talking about teams that can break people down. I mean, Man United are normally fairly good at it, but yesterday their ideas for breaking down was just, well, keep crossing it. Well, okay, but Fulham have got 8 men in the box. Has to be a pretty good. You've not got the room, even if you get a free header, to get any power on it and target in the goal. And in the end, Van Persie's equaliser was because Heisinger was playing behind the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
I was like, well, why are you trying to defend behind the goalkeeper? We've digressed though here.
Anyway, right, we've got to wrap it up. What's next?
Well, I just want to. Well, have I got anything more I want to say about Arsenal? We've got a big game against Man United on Wednesday.
I honestly think you will win that game.
Oh well, I think there is a big problem if we don't. I think we're in serious trouble if we don't.
Right.
Because I think it'll be so damaging mentally for the team if they can't go. Because United look average at best. If Fulham can score 2 against them at Old Trafford, the idea of us not being able to score them at home is just beyond the realms of comprehensibility. Is that a word?
It is now.
Comprehension. Beyond the realms of comprehension.
Comprehension. I don't. You're going to get that in Scrabble. You're going to edit that out. Just in case.
Made up words.
Okay.
But I'm nervous. I'm nervous all the time at the moment because I was just talking to my dad before I came here and I was going, what do we do? What do we do to change the team that can affect it? So I was comparing it to last year after we had the Bayern defeat and the Tottenham defeat, and then Wenger went out and made a few appropriate changes to our starting 11. That he went, right, these are our weaknesses. This is what I'm going to do to fucking sort things out. Yeah. And he did. I don't know what he does this time round. I think if he's going to do anything, it's got to involve Ozil being dropped for Rosicky. It's got to be Giroud being dropped for Podolski. It's going to have to be Monreal dropped for Gibbs. I think they're the only tactical changes he can really make that can really implement a change on the attitude of the team. Because it's a big game on Wednesday and he can't lose. And another reason he can't lose is because the atmosphere will be fucking vile if we lose that game. If we lose to Liverpool and Man United at home. And the fact again that it's a big thing amongst Arsenal fans because he's always reluctant to spend in January. They had the fucking Kim Kallstrom debacle, whatever the fuck that was. Then to go lose to Liverpool in the manner we lost for a home defeat to Man United when they're in this state that they're in, it will be horrendous. We'll get boos again. And I hate boos at the Emirates. It's a horrible thing. But I guarantee it. Man United defeat, there'll be boos again. Guaranteed. And then you're back to square one.
Yeah.
Regard all of the hard work you've done, Wenger, to get your team into the situation we're in, where we're top of the league and we're competing. You might as well have not fucking bothered because all you've done is piss off your fans because you've not been able to motivate them to. At the end of the day, the core weaknesses are still there. We are unable to take out to rock with the big boys. So that's all I've got to say on Arsenal.
I was going to do Liverpool will beat Fulham, but
well, I agree. I think
if we don't, then what's the point?
Final word on Liverpool. I would say that they will get top 4 now. I think they'll do it, and I think
that's just a big old FU to Man United fans.
I really feel like you're on the verge of doing something good now. I think if you can
get some signings in the summer,
defensively. And a few more strengthening in centre midfield. I think you are really onto something there. Will we do a quick joke of United section?
Yeah, we'll do it really quickly because I've got to go get changed for football.
Yeah, right. Well, what should we do? Joke United.
They're a joke, and David Moyes is a whining little bastard. Ooh, we should have won. Ooh, we're so unlucky. Well, you've just played the fucking 3 bottom clubs in the league, and one of them beat you, and the other one you drew with at home. And you had why didn't you go? Do you know what we should do? Stop crossing it to that big fucking 7-foot guy they've got at the back.
The joke of Man United section. Do your jingle.
I haven't got the my iPad, but
right, well,
just do cunts.
Right, so this week's topic is 81 crosses in a game, a new record.
A new record, and they were like, "Oh, that's good, isn't it?" No. That's like we've had 100 shots, but we didn't score.
I don't.
When has crossing ever been like? I don't know.
Positive aspect.
It's okay. Like a cross is a good. I've seen sometimes crosses as like the poor man's pass. Do you know? Like I can't do a through ball. You'd rather be in the middle and through ball it to your striker than cross it.
You don't see Bayern Munich doing more than 25 crosses in a game. You didn't see Barcelona when they were on top of things doing more than 25 crosses in a game. A good game of football is that interlink between power and width and technical ability on the ball to put through balls through and dominate possession and pressing. Man United at the moment is just pass the ball to out of the wingers, and if you're in control of the game enough, let the fullbacks take it, cross it in, and then the opposing goalkeeper catches it, and that seems to be their whole game. And they've just bought Mata, and he did more fucking crosses that he's ever done in his life yesterday. Don't get it.
No,
I don't get this tactic. So this week's joke that is Man United is crossing.
I'll tell you what. Let's just cross. I hope they get 91 crosses next week.
The joke is we go out and we spend £36 million on the best
One
number
Mata.
10, and we make him cross it.
Yeah, brilliant.
We don't. He didn't have a position yesterday because Rooney does whatever he wants.
Yeah.
Sort of Van Persie will stand up front. Rooney does a bit of everything. Just likes to go deep so he can show how good he is at doing 40-yard passes. And then Mata doesn't have a clue what he's doing anymore, so he's resorted to, well, if I'm playing for Man United, I might as well fucking cross it.
Do you know what I want to see now? I want to see everyone jump off the ship like Vidic. Vidic is a little rat and he's going off. The plague has come and the rats are running off the ship and they're going to plague Manchester. I want them all to go. I want Rooney to go to Chelsea.
He's not going to.
I'm not saying he's going to.
He is a money-grabbing, bald fucker. And
not anymore, he's got plug.
No.
Plug.
He's sorted out the front, but he's going at the back.
Oh, right, okay, fucking hell.
That's what you call irony at the top.
But, yeah, to
it's
be
most
honest,
extreme.
I would give you £100 now for Arsenal to beat, if someone said Arsenal would beat United, because they'd be gone.
Oh, I'd pay it for it.